Well, thank you all. I know it is a much larger group that will be on stage or on stages, shall I say. But I want to thank you all, first of all, for coming this afternoon, but second of all, for being willing to share your stories and experiences with our attendees and audience. I want to let Brad just say thank you, and this was all his idea, and it's all coming to life. So, Brad, you want to
Well, I
say
didn't know it
a
was Brad's idea.
Yeah.
word?
See,
Aaron's
that's how I
out.
got that's how I got you involved, Aaron. No, hey, I really, really appreciate everybody's time, their input. Shoot, I appreciate every single one of you for what you do, the impact that you have on our patients' lives on a daily basis. It goes without saying that we truly do make a difference each and every single day. I know sometimes that can get lost in the helter skelter. Like right now, our hair's on fire down here at CFAB. Things are just crazy. But when I get text messages from clinicians showing, a little one running down the hallway with her new leg and a smile on her face, it just makes, the difference in the world. So, we all have our own stories, we all have our own reasons, but at the end of the day, we're here to help people. And on behalf of AOP and myself, Ashley, Joy, and everybody that's involved with the planning committee, thank you for being a part of this. This was born out of a quick, hey, how do we reinvigorate this opening session? How do we bring some excitement, some panache, some style, to this? And I couldn't think of a better way than to highlight the people, but not just the clinician. Like I wanted to bring in the patients. I wanted, where were the touch points? What was happening? How did it happen? And really, that's kind of where the whole, spotlight came in, and that's kind of what we've created. So, again, I don't want to take up too much time, but thank you. We're going to shine on O&P at the opening, and um, that's what I have, Joy.
Great. Thank
Ashley,
you,
anything
Brad.
from the leadership side?
No, thank you all for joining us. We're glad to have you, and we're really looking forward to this session. Thank you,
Cool.
Brad, for the idea. Looking forward to it.
Smoke machines and laser lights. Here we go.
Yeah. Matt informed us earlier that smoke's too expensive, Brad.
Oh,
So sorry on that.
phone
Maybe
party.
that, yeah. So just want to briefly introduce, we'll let everyone introduce themselves, but so I'm Joy. I am an AOPA's Director of Communications and Membership. I've been working on the script, so I'll be helping you from now on with the script, with the staging, along with Matt. So if you have any questions, Ashley Vandemonte, my colleague, has been helping some of you to begin with, but she is the meetings person, so she will be busy. She is busy and will be busy on site. So I will give everyone my cell and encourage you to contact me with any questions going forward, just to let her handle all the other meetings things that are going on. But she's been very helpful and involved up until now. Ashley, want to briefly say anything else about yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Vandemonte. I'm the Director of Meetings and Education here at AOPA. This will be my second event. I'm looking forward to it. And I know I've exchanged emails with a few of you, and thank you all for getting all of your information in and helping us get this script curated.
And Brad didn't, I don't, he's also the co-chair of the National Planning Assembly, if that he didn't, so he's wears multiple hats.
No,
Um,
thank you, Brad Matierek, Shriners, Director of Central Fabrication. But I've known Aaron and for a little while, more than a day. But I appreciate it as Joy said, co-chair on the planning committee and also co-chair of the technical committee. So thanks, and we look forward to having an amazing event in Orlando.
and he will be emceeing this session, so
Will,
only appropriate.
my pink tuxedo.
Oh, you're gonna give Glenn a run for his money on
No, nobody can give Glenn a run for his money.
Matt, Matt is very important for all of us.
We're all important. It takes a team to make the thing go around. But thank you, Joy. I'm Matt Sheely. I'm with SPL. SPL has been AOPA's production partner now for many
4
years.
years.
4 years, yeah. Seems I guess since I do these day in and day out, it seems like about a decade or so. But I worked with Joy and Brad to try and get the staging and general session set up and be able to realize their vision. And as we get further in, I'll be talking about teleprompter and some speaking basics, and then helping us get everything worked out on site so we can get our timing and transitions and everything and look like we've been practicing this for months. So.
Great. Aaron?
Yes, Aaron Holm, thanks for the invite to be part of this. I just read the outline yesterday. It looks fantastic, so I'm really excited to be part of it. I am with Ottobock North America as the lead of consumer engagement, and I just tell people that my role basically is put the voice of the consumer into what we do at a large manufacturing company that provides orthotics and prosthetics in North America. I'm also the executive director and founder of a nonprofit organization called Wiggle Your Toes that supports the limb loss, limb difference community. So been an advocate since day one, kind of grew up playing hockey and not afraid to put a shoulder into some things. So for some reason I got thrown in the advocacy circle when I realized some of the treatment that this community is being treated, or how the community might be treated. So thanks.
Great. Dixie, you want to introduce yourself and Jackson?
Yes. I'm Dixie Olson. I'm Jackson's mother. He is 4 months old when he has to start wearing a helmet, but now the helmet is really helping him a lot, and we are so grateful to be able to come and be a part of the show.
And Rebecca.
I'm a clinician here at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and I am Jackson's provider. I've been in the industry for about 10 years now on both prosthetics and orthotic side, but these days all things are pediatric orthotics. So it's nice to be able to highlight that for the attendees.
And Bob, I believe that's you, given it's Tilges. We're just doing introductions. If you're able to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Technology really isn't Bob's forte.
Well, Bob Tildes is representing Aaron's as a prosthetist. So we will meet him on site. We've pretty much done an overview of the session, so I'm sure most of you are very interested in the staging and production piece. So I'm going to turn it over to Matt for a little bit to talk about the vision coming to life from the stage perspective.
All right, so I'm going to share my CAD screen here, and we're going to go over a few things. So in order to facilitate this without awkward transitions and make sure we have a smooth, we have developed a stage layout with some satellite stages. Over here on the stage left, we have center stage left, center, center, stage right, center stage right is right here, and then here is actual stage right. So if we look at this, so you're going to get a sneak peek of what this will look like before you get there. Move this toolbar, just one second. Okay, so you can see that these figures are representatives of where those positions would be. And we're going to start, I know right before this meeting, Joy and Ashley and I were having a conversation, and we have swapped the order. Joy, it was 2 and 4, correct? Is what we swapped.
Yeah, so Jackson and Dixie, you guys were second. Now you're fourth, and Aaron, no, yes, and Aaron, you're now going to be going second. So it's not going to change the wording, just the order. But once we'll send out a final
Right.
script,
And
updated
we
script.
did that because the Dixie, your group has, I think, 4 adults and then 2 children. So we're putting you on this stage over here that facilitates, rather
Yeah.
than the
Yes.
smaller stage that facilitates more people. And then also, if for some reason your husband and child would need to exit, it's also a short exit here around behind the drape. That way, if they needed a moment to recompose or whatever, it gives you an ample opportunity and a discreet way to do that without um, having to go through the audience or anything.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So like I said, we'll start over here on stage left with Caleb. Um, I'm
Caleb
trying to,
and Bill. Yep.
yeah, yeah. Since I'm not as familiar with everyone's name, I apologize if I get someone's name wrong in advance. And so then we will go to Aaron here on this the small platform here. Let me rotate this down just a little bit so we have more of an overhead view. and pull this in. And then we will go to this stage. Oh, so I guess we start with Bill, and Bill will come from backstage. Or, I'm sorry,
Me and
Brad.
Brad.
Brad will come from backstage. Like I said, names. I also got in really late from a flight last night, so if I at 2 a.m. when I got home, so if I stutter, I do apologize. Um, and so Brad will come out and then do his introductions. And then he will come down these stairs and sit at this table till he gets to his concluding remarks. So we'll move from first spotlight, second spotlight, third spotlight, fourth spotlight, and then our fifth and final spotlight. And when the fifth and final spotlight is done, everyone will join on stage here in the center, and Brad will come back up and give his final remarks from here on the center stage right platform, addressing the audience. And obviously, we'll rehearse all of this on site, and we'll go through and practice. And we have received your images to put on screen. So during your section, we'll have the images behind you on these large screens. And then there is a spotlight for each section. So only the person speaking at that time will be lit up with light, and everyone else will kind of be shadowed. It won't be completely dark, of course, because it's unsafe in a ballroom. And since everyone's not professional performers, we can't just plunge everyone into darkness. Um, And so and everyone will have a microphone, and we'll have an assortment of handhelds and lavalier mics and headset microphones, depending on like if you're holding a child or what have you. You probably go with a headset mic and not a lav, so you're not holding a child against your chest and rubbing against the microphone. So we'll have choices for microphones, and then again we'll go over all that on site. And then you can see these boxes in front of every location. That is where the teleprompter will be located. And I don't know how many of you are familiar. We can actually turn this around. And you can see these are monitors. Well, they currently have a hold image on them, but I'll explain how teleprompters work in just a second. So you will have the remarks in front of you. That doesn't mean I don't want to encourage you to have them prepared so that you're familiar with them and ready to go, but you will have the notes in front of you. Um, I'm not sure how many of you have ever used, if any, have ever used a teleprompter before. So I have a demo here we're going to show. It will be very close to what you see on site. So now you should be seeing what you would be seeing on a monitor below. The text, I'm running this from my computer, and and I don't have my professional teleprompter op, so the text will be jerkier than real life. But as you read, it will advance with you. Typically, you only read items in white because blue is stage directions or information. And you can see here it says opening music, fade to spotlight on Brad, and then Brad's name is in yellow and brackets so we know who's speaking. And then as Brad reads, the teleprompter will advance. So, good morning, Orlando. Welcome to the 2025 National Assembly. We are thrilled. And then obviously the teleprompter operator will be much faster than I am at it. And I'm also using my mouse. We use a scroll wheel device in order to facilitate that. So you can see that it will follow along with you, and there'll either be a caret or this blue bar that tells you that should be where you're at in the script itself. So as you read, it will advance, and then the same thing, like, so we'll get to the end. So through a powerful session we call Shine on O&P, you're going to hear directly from 5 individuals whose lives and stories embody the impact of your work. You will also hear from their practitioners. Then blah, blah, blah. Let's get started. And then we have a stage direction. So obviously you wouldn't read this, but this tells everyone who's watching what's going on. First spotlight, stage left, and we go over to Caleb, and he either walks on stage or will be pre-positioned. That's something we'll decide on site. Notice we have his name again, and then red is like a screen or like a media direction. Obviously, I missed 2 letters there, but images for Caleb will be on screen during the section. Then we have Caleb's remarks, and he'll read those. So it's pretty straightforward. The one thing we don't want you to do is look down all the time. So it's good if you are generally familiar with your remarks. That way you can look down as you need it or glance down and see where you're at and follow along. But you got to remember to look back up towards the audience, and because that you're addressing them, and since these are all your stories and you're not rehearsing some part in a play, you'll be much more familiar with your remarks than you would be if it was a role of that nature. Um, and other than that, we'll go over general performance specifics, stand up straight, speak from the diaphragm, that sort of thing. You will have a microphone, but that doesn't mean you should be quiet. It's much easier to mic and amplify a strong and sturdy voice than it is a weak and, not very, the better the sound quality, the better we can make it in the room. So, those are, those are just some basics. What else was on your agenda, Joy? Did I miss anything off the top of the bat there? Let's see. Does
Muted.
anyone have any questions at this point?
Yeah, just a reminder, the rehearsal, it's on your calendars, but it's 2 to 3 p.m. So we'll walk through this probably a couple times just to get everybody familiar. And then we'll talk about getting mic'd on the next morning, but probably we'll tell you where to do that and what time. But we'll go over that on site. Um,
Typically, it's in the last 15 minutes of breakfast. There are a lot of you, so we might ask for earlier than that. But we will probably have you come back in this general area. We'll probably have some chairs and a table set up and have everything ready so that we can get you mic'd up. And you can obviously walk around the drape and come back in here and get everybody ready and check with everyone before we get started. You may have noticed one other thing I did leave out. You may have noticed there's a camera here, and we will most likely be featuring you on screen at some point during your presentation, so the entire audience can see you. And you may notice that if you're on the stage left or stage right outside stage, you're standing in front of black drape, which will be lit. Um, um, but I would encourage you not to wear all black. If you could, a white or a blue shirt or, I mean, would be fine. If you're in the center, you'll be in front of silver drape lit with these Florida-based patterns. In the theme of the show, you can kind of see the palm leaves in this one, which is our day one thing. So that's what you will be seeing. But try not to wear all black, otherwise you'll just be a floating head in space, and I don't think that's really what we're going for. For the ladies, dangling earrings often clack and rattle in the microphone, so don't try not to wear anything that's too long and dangly. Um, I mean, I guess that can go for gentlemen too, but just generally avoid things that are or jewelry that makes a lot of like noise as you move around. I realized I asked for questions and then didn't pause to give anyone an opportunity to ask one, so I probably should do that.
Just a note too is so we are able to take script changes now, but and up until the rehearsal, but after the rehearsal, just given the turnaround to the next day, we won't be able to make changes at that after that point. So please review your scripts now and send me any changes as soon as you can so we can get those locked in.
Like, if we find small errors, it's not a huge deal, but like, you can't go to rehearsal and then leave and think I want to change my entire, because then we have to get the teleprompter operator to put all that in and reformat it and what have you. If you found a spelling mistake or something that's tripping you up and we need to change the order of a few words, again, that's totally fine. We just can't rewrite the whole thing after rehearsal.
But I will, like I met and I said, we have a couple of order changes, so I will probably wait a couple more hours and maybe end of day. I'll send out a revised script along with this recording myself and a couple of the directions and tips that Matt gave to everybody. And yeah, but are there any questions for Matt or myself at this point? Obviously, we're available up until rehearsal and then after that as well. But it's going to be great. Matt's going to make sure all of you feel really comfortable when we do the rehearsal on site.
Quick question, Joy.
Yes,
Matt, that round table, stage right, will there be a reserved seat there for me?
yes.
Correct.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I think on my actual production drawing, they say reserved
Yeah, we typically reserve a couple of the front
for my computer
tables
to catch
for
up. Yep.
board anyway, so those will be saved.
Perfect. I don't
Well,
want to be
this
like, excuse me, excuse me.
I'm very important. You need to move.
I'd like to sit down.
We will make sure that you and I typically have a wireless comm, and since we have so much going on, I'll probably be moving around, helping make sure everyone is where they need to be too. So if I need to clear your table, I won't hesitate to do so.
Thank you.
Um,
Someone else have a question?
Yes. Will this ceremony be recorded or
Yeah,
No.
we are videoing and audio. So
Okay.
yeah, we will make sure that everybody gets access to that to the
Okay, perfect.
that's
We use
Perfect.
it as part of our virtual assembly that we do for 2 months after.
How
But
many
yes,
people are you anticipating?
we're
the
set for
rooms.
this. It's
Yeah,
set for
500.
550 right
Yeah.
now. So,
It usually is it's this is the first day it'll be full. It'll
Mhm.
it'll luckily you won't be able to see the audience. It will be dark.
You're not letting Brad pick out the music, right?
No, Matt's in charge of the music.
He's already rapping. Yeah.
and we'll
Darn it.
we'll practice with the transitional audio and the like all of that too when we do the rehearsal. So everyone there won't be any surprises. There shouldn't be. So, uh, I think that really basically covers the basics.
Looks like Bob had a question.
No, I'm good. I was
Okay, you're good? Okay.
ready.
Again, we just wanted to like sort of have a pre-meeting for anyone who could join to like get everyone as comfortable as possible with
Yeah.
what was going on, so that way you didn't, as many people as could walk in and sort of have an understanding of what's going on, because that always helps people become more calm in their mind about what's going on. So,
All right. Well, I will follow up via email with the things I discussed. But really, thank you guys for joining today, and again for making the travels down to Florida and being part of this. It's going to be a great general session. One of the I'm sure there will be tears, and it's going to mean a lot to those in the audience. So thank you so much.
Thanks everybody for being part of this. Something special. Really appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
But
Okay.
I see you have a good tan, Bob.
I'm working on my golf game, Brad.
All right, buddy.
All right.
See everybody in
See everybody
Orlando.
in Orlando. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anytime. Sorry for being late, guys.
That's all
oh, no
right.
worries.
Bye, everybody.